All right, as people are rolling in, welcome, welcome, welcome to our state breakout. You know, this is an exciting time for everything going on with computer science in Kentucky, and it's only going to get better with K5 computer science all rolled into one. And I know that, you know, a lot of times we're always on this college and career kick. So we're talking about certifications at the high school level. We're talking about what are kids doing for these apprenticeship type opportunities, but it all starts with the K5 focus. And in Kentucky, we've got K-12 computer science standards, so there are grade level appropriate standards already going on. I'm Sean Jackson, brought on as the K-12 computer science lead in the Office of Education Technology. So we really are a comprehensive approach to looking at this kind of work. And just like John and everybody on the plenary session was saying, that this is a mission that I think all of us, you know, have in mind. And how do we put students forward for the best, to put their best foot forward and make them great participants in their learning? And there's no other way to really do that than to have them start doing the work. And so from the get-go, you know, there's really been an entity in Kentucky talking about and promoting computer science for all students. And that's AdvanceKY. And so I'm going to go ahead and boom, I'm going to shoot it over to our AdvanceKY participants here that are taking us through what they're doing for us at the K-5 level. So Monique and Sheri, turn it over to you now.
Well, thanks, Sean. That was quite a lead up to AdvanceKY. Thank you. I'm Monique Rice, Senior Content Director for Computer Science and Math at AdvanceKY. And I'm joined by my colleague, Dr. Sheri McGuffin, who is our STEM coordinator at AdvanceKY. We have been talking about computer science for quite a while now, and we have dipped down into grades K through 12. I'll talk a little bit about our program. Sheri, you said you had some slides. You want to put them up and I'll talk?
I will do.
Okay, could you go on down to the second slide? So the first thing I want to bring up is that AdvanceKY is the state code.org regional partner. So all of that great stuff that was brought up by Katie at code.org, yay Katie, we are the official providers of professional development. So don't need any PD to do the hour of code though. The hour of code things are going on all the time. That website's up all the time. It's hourofcode.com. They have tutorials on every grade level from K through post high school, if you like, including things with Scratch Junior, etc. It's a great way to introduce code and to get students interested in doing it. It's a great thing to do during Computer Science Ed Week when we hope that everybody is celebrating and putting things forth. And it's a good thing to get started as you start to add elementary school coding events to your school. Next. So through code.org, we provide training for teachers in order to offer the CS fundamentals classes. There are 6 courses for every grade, K through 5. They can be integrated into your teaching or offered as standalones. We've had teachers teach it. We've had library media specialists do this through the library. We've had technology specialists do it through their meetings with students. We offer these workshops at no cost to schools or districts. And we, if you just contact Sheri and we will be happy to set up a workshop for you. We have facilitators throughout the state of Kentucky who are also classroom teachers who have used these materials. We are offering these things virtually right now. Hopefully in the not too distant future, we'll be able to go back to face-to-face. But we really think this is a good workshop for people to go. You can also check out the code.org website and go to the computer science fundamentals page. And there's a map that shows when there's something available in your area. Just put in your zip code. We currently have a CS fundamentals workshop available after school from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern time on 2 nights to get the whole workshop in, September 28th and 30th. And you can sign up for that just by going to the map on the code.org website. Next. We have a program that we call iCodeKY, which is working with Apple Swift and getting students prepared to use the Apple Swift curriculum. The curriculum itself is free for upper elementary grades 4 through 6. The device being used is iPads. So we offer training. We had 4 days of training during the summer. We'll repeat that training probably in the spring of this year. I have to talk to the facilitators to get them actually lined up and set dates for that. But we'll put that out. Follow us on social media at AdvanceKY or at our names to find out more about that. But this workshop will lead you to those 2 curricula. Everyone Can Code Puzzles and Everyone Can Code Adventures, which are aimed at grades 4 through 8, is it? Upper elementary. Next. We are currently sponsoring the CSTA Kentucky chapter. So you heard great words about CSTA, even though Jeff wasn't there. We have a CSTA Kentucky chapter. It's free to join, although there is a paid level of membership. We have virtual meetings every month right now, and we try hard to include activities at all grade levels from K through 12. And we have great discussions about what we're going to do. So we encourage anybody with an interest or support, whether you're an actual CS teacher or not, of CS in K5, or for that matter, K12 in the schools, to join CSTA. CSteachers.org is the website. You just go to join CSTA, and when you join, it asks which chapters you want to be a member of. There are 2 active chapters here in Kentucky. There's CSTA Kentucky and CSTA Northern Kentucky. You can join both. You can join more. I'm actually a member of 3 different chapters myself. I don't even remember what the 3rd one. I think I'm like an at-large member or something. So please feel free. We'd love to see you along with our meetings. And finally,
Before I put up the last slide, I did want to mention, I didn't have this on here, but it sparked my mind in my mind when we were having the open meeting, is that Monique and I are both CSforAll facilitators for the script workshop.
yes,
And
we are.
if your district has not yet participated in a script workshop and you would like to, then last slide, our contact information. So there's mine and Monique's contact information. Take a screenshot, jot it down. And if any of these programs are interested, you're interested in, you know who to speak to. Monique, passing back to you.
And I'm going to go ahead and drop my email in the chat. So
yes, thank you all so much. We're trying to work real quickly, but I mean, there's really not enough time to talk about everything that's happening with computer science in Kentucky. It's a good thing that they just limited us to just focus on the lower grade levels, because if we needed to talk about everything K through 12, my gosh, we'd be here all day, guys. That's how many passionate educators are working for this work to put our students at the forefront of some of this. Not only can Kentucky say that we were the first to provide high-speed internet to every school in our state, that happened all the way back in the 90s, but we're also some of the most highly recognized and biggest advocates for technology integration in schools, and to help us do the work of making sure that students are prepared for a well-rounded future workforce. And so getting to that, we are joined by Cindy McFadden from Owensboro schools. and she's a digital learning coach, an all-star, I might say. And she's another one of those passionate people who's trying to advance this work. And they've got something really interesting going on. Yes, a lot of us have heard of the Hour of Code. A lot of us have heard of the script programming, but with the advent of esports and competitiveness, there's a new newer thing out there called Youth Coding League, and Owensboro is really putting something out there and trying this with their, I believe, 5th through 8th grade is the grade levels that they do cover. So Sydney, can you tell us just a little bit about what Owensboro is looking into? I know you guys just got started. I'm not going to ask you for data sets or implementation or curriculum maps or anything, but just tell us the why behind why you pursued this for your students.
Yes. So Youth Coding League is something brand new that we literally just started a few weeks ago. We have started at one of our elementary schools, and it is 5th graders that are participating. And we just want to give our students a chance to get a taste of what coding is and computer science, but in a fun way. And so the Coding League is just like if you were playing a sports team, you were on the basketball team, anything. They have practices, and then each week they have a competition, and they submit their work to a set of judges. And there's a live dashboard that they can check each week to see their scores and how they're doing. And then after the postseason, after 8 weeks, there is a competition that goes out even farther with all the schools that are participating in the Coding League. And they give out prizes. And so we're just super excited to see how it works out with our students. I know they're very pumped about it. We have 11 kids on a team doing it. And in the chat, I'll give you a little infographic that I put together that has some hyperlinks. So if you want to check it out on your own, you can. But we just got started, but we're really excited to see where it will go.
I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter. I'll start talking with a muted microphone all the time, people. I hope you're there with me, because I love hearing the things that are going on. So just a little bit of information I might ask. Have you heard any great responses from either teachers or students behind this Youth Coding League? Are they, because I went to some of those standings, and even though everybody has like 0 points already, we see Owensboro schools that are tagged on there. They're like, we are ready to go and we are working for these points. So has it been well received? Are people excited? Are kids excited?
Yes, I know that the school that's doing it, they are excited. They just got started, but they are learning, and they're just going along with it.
Hey, you know what? That's what we're all about, is finding something new, finding something that works for students and meets them at their level. Because what kid doesn't like to, what person doesn't like to have a little bit of a healthy competition? Okay. We want to stand out. We want to be the best. And so this really capitalizes on that. And, speaking of competitions, speaking of ways to participate and ways for students to show what they know, did you know that we in Kentucky have the largest student technology organization in the world? Correct. I don't know of anything that's bigger. I don't know of any other thing that can say we bring, in a normal year, we bring 16,000 students to an arena to compete in different technology challenges. I don't think anybody else does that. And nobody else can say that. And it's one of the longest running. So if you're not participating in STLP, that's where we're missing out for students, because it is one of the best ways for kids to get involved in the work. So I'm going to turn it over now to my friend, Jeff Sebulsky, who's going to talk to you about STLP and badges just like this one with the Family Code Night.
So thanks, Sean. I'm super lucky because I get to be on a team with Sean and get to work with him every day. And so I appreciate the opportunity to talk with everyone. I see a lot of familiar faces and hi to everybody. So the cool thing about, that we have going with Kentucky is, like Sean mentioned before, like STLP, we're honing in on 30 years of a student technology program. And that is unheard of. So when you say it's the biggest in the country, I'm going to say it's the biggest in the universe, because I don't know anybody else that has been doing anything like this since the early 90s. And the beauty of it is that as I was listening to that opening session, and I kept checking off in my head, here's this activity, here's this activity. In my brain, I'm going, okay, we do that. Okay, I've seen students that do that with these projects. I've seen kids that are doing that at this school. I'm thinking of individual schools. I'm thinking of individual teachers. And I'm thinking, wow, we are so like lucky in Kentucky. They should make a t-shirt that says that. But I'm thinking about it's really crazy. And it's really interesting because when we find ourselves back in the day when we would go to, national conferences with our peers in the ed tech world and speak with other state level leaders, about what's going on in Kentucky, they constantly were jaw drop in awe. It's like, how are you guys doing everything that you're doing across your entire state, hitting so many different classrooms, hitting pre-K through 12, hitting, all of these different standards? How are you all doing it? And the bottom line is that I think we had this massive network of all of our partners. We have, the support, when I think about, there's not a lot of other states that have at their Department of Education, a dedicated computer science lead. We got a lot of great stuff going on. So when we talk a little bit about STLP, and I know most of you are probably all pretty familiar with STLP. What struck me the most in the opening session there was that what STLP is about is taking all of those computer science initiatives, all of the things that we heard, all the little pieces, the circuits, the robotics, the programming, and it gives students a real world opportunity to use those skills to help other people. So when we go back and we look at all the STLP projects, where we have thousands of those across the state, those are kids that are taking these computer science skills and actually applying them in a way that it benefits their peers in their classroom, their school, and their community. And so it's just a different level that I love about it. I love the idea that we can use STLP to shine that bright light on the initiatives that are happening around computer science in the state of Kentucky. And I say it all the time. I have the best job in Kentucky because I get to be the guy that goes around and sees all the great stuff that's going on. What, were you really in STLP in fourth grade? Is that legit? Wow.
Yeah, that's legit. That may have been the very first year of STLP, but I was definitely in it in fourth and fifth grade. Middle school, we didn't have anybody that led it while I was in middle school. And then by high school, I just didn't have any more time for it. But fourth and fifth grade, I did STLP at Earl D. Jones Elementary School.
That blows my mind. And so, wow. So yeah, I was in college at that point. So we got to talk about that disparity there, buddy. But here's the thing. I think that moving forward, we've got so many new, and I was just texting Sean as this was going on, because I was, when John was talking, I was getting energized and pumped and feeding off of his energy and hearing from everybody. And I'm texting Sean, I'm going, man, we've got so many more connections that we can make. Yeah. Computer science is STLP. STLP is computer science. And so I just love it. One of the cool things that we are excited about is, we use the level up badges. So we try to gamify, we use competitions as smoke and mirrors. Kids are learning, but they don't even know it because they're having fun. They're competing. They're excited. Sean has a little badge up that, everyone, like John said, everyone loves to get their badges. So we're introducing a whole new set of over 100 actual badges that students and teams can earn with resources. And one of the new things that we're excited about is introducing the idea of family code night and having students participate in that. They can earn a family code night STLP badge. If they want to be a host STLP group, that gives them a hosting STLP family code night badge. So it's fun. It's great. There's tons of great things going on. I think that we are in such a great spot again in Kentucky. I'm excited about what we have in front of us. I appreciate all the resources. I appreciate everyone who's jumped into this breakout session, because I look around and I know, man, we've all had some way that we've interacted with students and using technology, whether it's STLP or not. I think we're in good hands, and I think that the future is sky's the limit right now. So I'm just excited. I want to like get off and just start working on a whole bunch of things to get out to people.
I'm telling you, I'm right there with you, because
I know.
just sitting here talking through all of these things. I mean, guys, we have Girls Who Code clubs, and you can still sign up to be a host of a Girls Who Code club, or just sign up your whole school as the club and just say, we're just going to do it on Fridays in science class. And we have we have a couple of people in the state that are doing that in their schools, especially at the intermediate level. That works nicely because they do some special activities in their schools on Fridays with different learning enrichment activities. And I'm just thinking, how can we do something that's a whole state STLP family code night? How can we do this? How do we pull this off? And I'm telling you, we're going to get it done. How many of you would be interested if we hosted that, if we got that working, a statewide family code night for your? Yes. Okay, good.
If any state can do it, Kentucky can do it.
I'm telling you,
and ready to roll.
We can definitely do this. And
I mean, think about this, Sean.
Yeah.
I'm pumped about Sydney. You're talking about the Youth Coding League. I'm like, man, we're renting out Rupp Arena. We've got everybody coming. What about the state championship Youth Coding League happening on the Jumbotron in Rupp Arena? And I mean, how cool would that be? Like that's what we're talking about. This is where we're at. This is what's happening.
I'm telling you guys, the sky is the limit. And why? It's because some of you have heard me present before, and I always talk about 3 P's. Okay. Programming, passion, and persistence. Okay. Get your programs all set up through your script workshops, create that vision plan for your comprehensive district-wide program. Okay. Passion, find somebody who's passionate about the work. Okay. It may not be a teacher in your school. It may be the guy who is your break fix, district tech, but he's like, you know what? I want to help with this. I want to help teach kids how to do this. Okay. Find somebody who's passionate about the work. Make it a paraeducator, make it anyone. Okay. And then persistence. You're not going to succeed at the very first time. I was very convinced that we may not have anybody join in this session today. Okay. But I was going to present my tail off. Okay. So that we had a great recording for our Kentucky breakout session, but you have to keep moving, keep pushing forward. I keep saying to people, I'm like, guys, I came on board with the Department of Education during a global pandemic. It's really difficult. There are still people who don't know that I exist. Okay. And I'm fighting that every single day. However, that's okay, because I keep pushing forward and making sure that as soon as somebody is ready, as soon as somebody says, I would like to do this, boom, I'm going to tell them how to do it. Okay. And it's only going to get better because of the partnerships that we have with entities like AdvanceKY, the partnerships we have with our districts, like Owensboro, like Knox County, who has done some of the CS fundamentals, like Breckenridge, who participated in the script program workshop. Okay. And also the relationships we have with these student organizations, whether it be STLP or especially in the upper grade levels, the Technology Student Association, that's pervasive across the tech ecosystem in every state. We have these great, we have the people in the right spots, so that when somebody finally says, I'm ready to do this at my school, we say, here you go, here's how. And the playbook, the here's how I keep telling people it's coming. Our comprehensive state computer science plan, we are building together, and it will be an effort not only from multiple stakeholders who are already part of the conversation. We're going to bring people in to say, we want you to be part of this conversation with us. Okay. And it's only going to get better because of people like you and organizations like Family Code, the people CS is Elementary, Family Code Night, Code.org, Infosys, everybody who is committed to this work. It's only going to get better for all of us. I'm going to open it up for just a few minutes for any questions or just anything you got, anything you got. And it can, I mean, let's try to stump Jeff Sebulsky. He's got an answer for everything. I'm telling you.
Bring it. All right, I'll throw this out on the table. So,
Yeah.
Sheri, you mentioned Computer Science Education Week. Of those STLP badges that Sean's showing off right there, one of the categories that we always offer is we call them our challenge badges, and they're timed activities where you can go out and you can only earn the badge during, for example, Computer Science Education Week. Let's pick a time. Let's get together. Let's talk as a group. And what are some activities that we could throw out there to, guide our STLP groups that are trying to earn their Computer Science Ed Week level up badge? Let's talk about, maybe even offline later, let's talk about some things that we could offer them, some resources or something we could point them towards.
I'll tell you what. Go ahead.
Last year during CS Education Week, the CSTA leadership team put together a full week of lesson plans of activities for students. And some of those activities, I mean, we can definitely create some of those activities so that kids can level up with badges for STLP. That perfect segue into what we could do for that. So
awesome. Love it.
So I've got a great hour of code story that, I was trying to, so I was teaching at the high school and half day CIO and everything. But I was still trying to get people to participate in the hour of code, especially at the elementary school. So I went to the elementary school for one day, and during that year, they didn't have anybody in PE at the intermediate school. Okay. So the teachers were always in charge of their own PE time. And so I went and I said, I'm going to do your PE time, but it's going to be hour of code. And they're like, how's this going to happen? Okay. So that was the year that they came out with that dance party hour of code activity. All right. And so all I did was I asked the kids to help me build the code, and then we got up and danced along with the figure on the screen. I'm telling you, I had parents that knew me that said, my kid got in my car after school, was sweating. And I asked them why they were sweating. And they said, well, we did an hour of code. And it's like, how do you get sweaty doing an hour of coding? Okay. That's how, that's what we did. I filled in their PEs. And so I had so much fun at that time. And yes, it was a lot of work. And yes, I was exhausted at the end of the day, but I loved it. Okay. All right. So it looks like we are headed back into the main session. Okay. You can always reach out to us. Thank you for participating. Thank you for being part of this work and part of this conversation. And I hope to see all of you again soon.